You don't have to wait for your life or the world to calm down in order for you to feel peace and safety in your body. Over the past 15 years, I've supported tens of thousands of people in emotional distress and crisis, and here is what I've learned. Regulation isn't just about theory. It's a skill set, and it's one that anyone can learn and practice. Hi, I'm Wylie, clinical social worker, heart-centered hypnotherapist, embodiment and nervous system guide. But I'm more than that. I'm someone who's healed my own complex trauma and childhood wounding and learned the skill set of nervous system and emotional regulation while supporting others who are in intense states of crisis. Today, I'd like to pull back the curtain and talk about what actually works. Not in the form of theory or in the perfect morning routine, but actually what helps in the messy middle of life, where most of us find ourselves in those moments of intense dysregulation or emotional reactivity. Let's start with the myth of calm. Feeling calm or grounded in our own bodies doesn't actually mean that nothing displeasing is happening in our external circumstances. Feeling calm and grounded in the body is actually about having the tools and the capacity to stay with ourselves, even in the most difficult of moments when things feel hard. That's what I've learned on the crisis line. People don't really want or need advice. They need presence, attunement, embodiment, someone that they can co-regulate with so that their body can borrow some of that calm and work to bring them back into a state or a semi-state of regulation. What co-regulation has actually taught me is that it's not about fixing someone or their problems. It's about becoming a calm, grounded presence that someone else's body can attune to. Tone, pacing, breath, embodiment are more important than words. And you can offer that sense of safety without losing yourself in your own dysregulation if you know how to anchor in your body first. I'd like to talk about some of the tools I use to help me anchor into my body when I'm supporting others during intense moments of crisis and dysregulation. These are both tools that I use on and off the line to help me to be in a state of nervous system safety and regulation. I'd like to talk about two different aspects of this. It's composed of both daily practices and then also real-time interventions in the moment that can help me to reorient to my time and space and help my nervous system to feel safe. The first is the daily practices that I engage in that help me to signal safety in my nervous system, because oftentimes once I log in and get on that line, calls come fast and furious. I get up every morning and the first thing I do is go outside for a sunrise walk. Circadian rhythm health and keeping my circadian rhythm strong it's been foundational in helping me to feel more grounded and rooted in my own body. I also have a daily practice of Kundalini yoga. It allows me to go inward and reconnect with my body and my breath. There's so many wonderful kriyas that I've been able to utilize to help me to create that sense of safety in my own system. There's so many different tools that I have used over the years. You have to experiment and find what works for you. But some of the things that have been incredibly helpful for me, I will get up, I will put my feet on the ground, I will stomp, I will shake. It looks so silly, but it is so powerful. I love to use Donna Eden's tapping and tracing the meridians. I will use EFT tapping, which is the emotional freedom technique. I will breathe. I will use mantra. I am safe. All is well. Also bilateral stimulation. They call this the butterfly tap. We're just signaling safety. It's working on both sides of our brain and our nervous system. We can hum, we can sing. I'll rebound. I have a mini rebounder and I will get on my rebounder and I will just allow myself and gravity to help me and remind me that I am here now. I will go outside. I will stand in the sun. I will put my bare feet on the earth and I will allow myself to visualize myself being rooted and grounded. I will use sensory input to help me to reorient and ground myself. So that can be sound bowls that I listen to in the background, or different audio tracks with certain frequencies that help to calm and soothe the nervous system down. I will use essential oils as a way to bring a sense of calm and peace into my environment. Use my Palo Santo. I will clear the energy in the room. Sometimes there is just a lot of stagnant, stale, low vibrational energy that can settle. But sometimes I'll just go into child's pose and I will just stay there and breathe until the phone rings again. I'll listen to hypnotherapy tracks that I've created for myself that remind me and anchor me back into who I am and how powerful my intention is, that I can regulate my own nervous system and feel safe in my body. I think the important thing to remember about these skill sets is that we actually have to make it a daily practice of utilizing these tools in order for us to be able to access these tools when we are actually in a dysregulated state. If we are in a dysregulated state, it is literally impossible to learn a new skill because the executive function of our brain has gone offline because our body is prioritizing survival and safety. And so these skill sets are things that I've learned and practiced in a regulated state, so that when I'm not, it becomes second nature for me. I'm not learning a new skill. I'm just using a skill. I don't have to think about it. I'm just able to do it. The other important distinction I think to note here is that there is a difference between coping and regulating. Coping skills are those things we use in the moment to help distract or redirect us in moments of intense emotional distress or dysregulation. Those are just tools to help us move through a crisis moment. They're not actually necessarily bringing you back into a state of regulation. And so that's why it's so important, not only that we practice both the coping skills, but also the regulation skills, because they're not always the same. What I know for sure, you don't need to be perfect. You just need a way back to yourself. You can build the capacity to self-regulate, even if you've spent a majority of your life in survival mode. You are not broken. You just haven't been taught how to feel safe in your own body. And this is what I help people do. If this speaks to you and you're ready to experience what nervous system regulation feels like in real life, not just in theory, I'd love to support you. You can book a one-to-one nervous system reset session by following the link in the description. Thank you for watching, and thank you for doing this work. You are safe, you are sovereign, you are whole. Catch you on the next one.